So in this video I will discuss on calculus of residue. So the formula of calculation of residue is number 1, if fz has a simple pole at z is equal to a, then residue of fz at a is equal to limit z tends to a z minus a fz. Number 2, if fz has a pole of order m at z is equal to a, then residue of fz at a is equal to 1 upon factorial m minus 1 limit z tends to a m minus 1th derivative of z minus a power m into fz. So for example, determine the poles of the following functions and residue at each pole. Number 1, 2z plus 1 upon z square minus z minus 2. Number 2, z plus 1 upon z square into z minus 2. Solution. Number 1, first we shall check the singular point of the function. So for singular point we put denominator is equal to 0. So in this example first we put z square minus z minus 2 is equal to 0 and we factorize. So factorization is z plus 1 into z minus 2 is equal to 0. So z is equal to minus 1, z is equal to 2. So now we check the order of the pole. So how we can check the order of pole? So if n be a least positive integer such that limit z tends to a z minus a power n fz is equal to a and a does not equal to infinite, then z is equal to a is called pole of order n, and z is now limit z tending to minus 1 mod of fz is equal to limit z tending to minus 1 2z plus 1 upon z plus 1 into z minus 2 is equal to infinite. Therefore z is equal to minus 1 is a pole. What is the order of this pole? So for order, limit z tends to minus 1 z plus 1 into fz is equal to limit z tends to minus 1 z plus 1 2z plus 1 upon z plus 1 into z minus 2. After solving this is equal to 1 by 3, does not equal to infinity, hence z is equal to minus 1 is a simple pole. So residue at z is equal to minus 1 is a z minus 1 is a simple pole. So therefore residue of fz at minus 1 is equal to limit z tends to minus 1 z plus 1 fz is equal to 1 by 3. After solving this you get 1 by 3. Similarly we can calculate the residue at z is equal to 2. So residue of fz at z is equal to 2 is equal to limit z tends to 2 z minus 2 fz is equal to limit z tends to 2 2z plus 1 upon z plus 1 z minus 2. So this is equal to limit z tends to 2 2z plus 1 upon z plus 1 is equal to 5 by 3. So next important theorem is Cauchy residue theorem. This theorem states that if fz is analytic at all points within and on a simple closed curve C, except at a finite number of isolated singular points within C, then closed integral of fz dz is equal to 2 pi I summation r. Summation r means sum of residue at singular points within C. So this is very important theorem. We cannot solve the integral, but we find the residue inside the curve C and adding them and multiplied by 2 pi I. So we can directly find the value of the integral with the help of residue. So proof of this theorem is we have taken one closed curve C and inside C I have taken n different points z1, z2, z3 zn, and we draw circle taking center z1 and z2 as a center. We draw a circle zn as a center. We draw the circle and we give the name of these circles as gamma 1, gamma 2, gamma n. So let z1, z2, zn be the n poles within the closed contour C. Let gamma 1, gamma 2, gamma n be the circles with centers z1, z2 zn respectively, and each of radius are so small that all the circles lie entirely within C and do not overlap. Then Fz is analytic in the region lying between C and the circles. Then by Cauchy's theorem, integral C Fz dz is equal to integral gamma 1 Fz dz plus integral gamma 2 Fz dz plus integral gamma n Fz dz. This is equation number 1. So this is Cauchy's theorem for multiply connected region. So here one region is completely C, and inside C there are n different regions multiply connected. So that is represented by the circle gamma 1, gamma 2, gamma n. So we can write by the Cauchy's theorem integral C Fz dz is equal to integral gamma 1 Fz dz plus integral gamma 2 Fz dz plus integral gamma n Fz dz. So this is equation number 1. Suppose Fz has a pole of order m1 at z is equal to z1, then we have Fz is equal to phi 1 z plus summation k is equal to 1 to m1 br upon z minus z1 power r, where phi 1 is analytic within and on gamma 1. Now gamma 1 Fz dz is equal to integral gamma 1 phi 1 z dz plus integral gamma 1 b1 upon z minus z1 dz plus integral gamma 1 b m1 upon z minus z1 power m1 dz. This is equation number 2. We have integral gamma 1 phi 1 z dz is equal to 0 since phi 1 is analytic within and on gamma 1. So by Cauchy's theorem. Also integral gamma 1 b1 z minus z1 dz is equal to 0 to 2 pi. So since gamma 1 is a circle, so limit of this circle is 0 to 2 pi b1 r I e power I theta upon r e power I theta d theta, putting z minus z1 is equal to r e to the power I theta. So this is equal to integral 0 to 2 pi b1 I d theta is equal to 2 pi I b1, and integral gamma 1 b m1 upon z minus z1 m1 dz is equal to limit of this with respect to gamma 1. This gamma 1 is a circle, so limit of this circle is 0 to 2 pi. So limit 0 to 2 pi b m1 r e power I theta into I upon r power m1 e power I m1 theta d theta z minus z1 is equal to r e to the power I theta is equal to I b m1 upon r power m1 minus 1 integral 0 to 2 pi e power minus I m minus 1 theta d theta is equal to 0. m1 does not equal to 1. Substituting these values in equation number 2, we get integral gamma 1 fz dz is equal to 2 pi I b1 is equal to 2 pi I into residue of fz at z is equal to z1. Proceeding as above, we have integral gamma 2 fz dz is equal to 2 pi I into residue of fz at z is equal to z2 and so on. Hence, from equation 1, we have integral c fz dz is equal to 2 pi I sum of the residue at z is equal to z1, z2, zn. So this is equal to 2 pi I summation r. So using this theorem, we evaluate the following examples. Number 1, evaluate integral c z square plus 2z minus 2 upon z minus 4 dz, where c is a closed curve containing the point z is equal to 4 in its interior. So this example is very simple, so you can calculate yourself. So I am going to next example. Example number 2, evaluate integral c 1 minus 2z upon z, z minus 1, z minus 2 dz, where c is the circle, mod z is equal to 1.5. So here fz is given, fz is equal to 1 minus 2z upon z, z minus 1, z minus 2. So for first we check what is the singular point of this. So in this type of function we put the denominator equal to 0 and denominator equal to 0 gives the singular points. So after putting denominator is equal to 0, the points are z is equal to 0, 1 and 2. And this function is analytic except at z is equal to 0, z is equal to 1, z is equal to 2. Since mod z is a circle with center 0, 0 and radius 1.5, so point z is equal to 0, z is equal to 1 lies inside the circle and z is equal to 2 lies outside the circle. So if we evaluate the integral at z is equal to 2, the value of the integral is 0 by Cauchy's theorem. Next, we evaluate residue. Residue of fz at z is equal to 0 is equal to limit z tends to 0, z minus 0 into 1 minus 2z upon z, z minus 1, z minus 2 is equal to limit z tends to 0, 1 minus 2z upon z minus 1, z minus 2 is equal to 1 by 2. So residue of fz at z is equal to 1, limit z tends to 1, z minus 1 into 1 minus 2z upon z, z minus 1, z minus 2 is equal to limit z tends to 1, z minus 1, z minus 1 cancel out. So this is 1 minus 2z upon z minus 2 into z, and after calculating this is equal to 1. Therefore, by Cauchy residue theorem, the value of the integral 1 minus 2z upon z, z minus 1, z minus 2 dz is equal to 2 pi I summation sum of residue within C. So 2 pi I sum of residue, that is 1 by 2 plus 1, this is equal to 3 pi I. So next example, example number 3. Evaluate integral c sin pi z square plus cos pi z square upon z minus 1 whole square z minus 2 dz, where c is the circle, mod z is equal to 3. So here fz is equal to sin pi z square plus cos pi z square upon z minus 1 whole square z minus 2. So for singular point we put denominator is equal to 0 This gives z is equal to 1 and z is equal to 2. Since mod z is equal to 3 is a circle with center 0, 0 and radius 3. So z is equal to 1, z is equal to 2. Both points lies inside C. So first we check what is the order of the pole. So for order of pole, limit z tends to 1, z minus 1 whole square into fz. So limit z tends to 1, z minus 1 whole square sin pi z square plus cos pi z square, z minus 1 whole square, z minus 2. So this is limit z tends to 1, z minus whole square cancel out. So sin pi z square plus cos pi z square upon z minus 2. So putting z is equal to 1, so this is equal to sin pi plus cos pi upon 1 minus 2. This is equal to minus 1 upon minus 1. This is equal to 1, does not equal to infinity. It means z is equal to 1 is a pole of order 2. Residue of fz at z is equal to 1 is equal to limit z tends to 1 by using formula 1 upon factorial 1 ddz of z minus 1 whole square sin pi z square plus cos pi z square z minus 1 whole square z minus 2. So this is equal to limit z tends to 1 z minus 2 into 2 pi z cos 2 pi z square minus sin pi z square upon z minus 2 whole square minus sin pi z square plus cos pi z square upon z minus 2 whole square. So here we apply the formula quotient rule. So after calculating, it gives this is equal to 2 pi plus 1. So residue of fz at 2 is equal to limit z tends to 0, z minus 2 sin pi z square plus cos pi z square upon z minus 1 whole square z minus 2 is equal to limit z tends to 2 sin pi z square plus cos pi z square upon z minus whole square. So this is equal to 1. So hence by Cauchy residue theorem, the value of the integral is equal to 2 pi I summation r. So 2 pi I 2 pi plus 1 plus 1. So this is equal to 4 pi I pi plus 1. So with the help of residue, we can calculate the integral very easily.